All right, Shalom, Israel, Shalom, Shalom. It is Brother Obadiah from New Wine Congregation. And first and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the true name of who the world calls God, by Hashem, meaning in the name of, and Yahweh Shai is who the world calls Jesus Christ. Before I make this video, man, I just want to give, a shout out and all praise to the Most High for real, man. Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. When you see brothers make these videos, when you see us out there teaching, when you just, see us being a light, don't look at us like we doing that. Give our honor and glory to the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He is the person that's really putting the spirit out here in these last days on brothers, and sisters to serve him, right, to keep the commandments, to wake his lost sheep up, man. So just want to give our honor and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh by Shema Shah, man. Yahweh, right? So this video I'm going to touch on real quick. And if brothers see this verse right here, a lot of brothers in the truth and a lot of sisters in the truth, they know what I'm finna get into. It's going to be a short video, but, a lot of our people that's so-called mixed. I say so-called mixed because there's no such, you won't find that word mixed in the Bible when it's referring to a person. In today's time, when the person is mixed, so-called mixed, whether they got a so-called African-American dad and a so-called white mother, they would say they're mixed. Or if they have a Chinese dad or so-called white mom, they would be like, that child is mixed. They'd be called mixed in today's time. But in the Bible, a child was never called mixed. So if you a so-called mixed person that's walking around here and you calling yourself mixed, hey, God never called you mixed. So how do you know? Because we know that so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are God's chosen people. But you may have somebody wondering, well, I got an African-American dad, but my mom's so-called white or my mom's so-called Chinese. Am I still an Israelite because I got Chinese in me? Or am I still an Israelite because I got white in me? You have people, a lot of our people that's so-called mixed, they question these things. Right? They have questions. You have some people say, well, if you got 5% black in you, then you black. If you got 10% black or Native American in you, then you Native American. All type of stuff like that, right? But let's see what the Bible said about your nationality, because skin color doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter what skin color you are. It matters about what seed line you come from. That's why when we say so-called white people, we say so-called because they're not really white. And God doesn't dislike them because of their skin color. It's because of what they did, throughout history and what they still doing. So people like that when we at camp and we out there giving judgment to these nations, chiefly the so-called white people, the Edomites, people be like, why always about color? Why y'all upset at them about color? It's not about color. Right, because we have some Israelites that's the same color, right? Look at Drake's son. Drake's son like a little white boy. You look at Blake Griffin's son, and I'll pull pictures of them. They look like white boys, but they not. So it ain't about skin color because they still Israelites. It's about what nation of people you come from. If you a so-called white person, you got to pay because of what your forefathers did, for the actions that they did. And like I said just a minute ago, it ain't about color because you have Africans, right? And we know that we have Israelites that scattered around in Africa. We know that everybody in Africa are not Africans, like blood descendant Africans that's come from Ham. We know that. We have a lot of our people that's in Nigeria, that's in the West Africa, right? That are Israelites. But I'm talking about the Africans that come from Ham. They got a judgment to pay. Right, they gotta go in captivity for putting us in for selling us to the so-called white man, and they dark skinned just like us. You see what I'm saying? So it's deeper than just color, because they come from Ham and we come from Shem, right? And we look kind of similar when it comes to some features and skin color, but we not the same people. You see what I'm saying? We totally different nation of people. So they got to pay for what they did, and they're the same color as us. So it's deeper than color. It's about who you descend from. Who is your father? Let me read this. This Numbers. I'll make sure my mic on. All praises. This Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18. And they assembled. My bad. It said, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their family, or pedigree is like your lineage, where you come from, where you descend from. They declare their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. So your pedigree, according to the Bible, who they knew, how they figured out where you come from, it was by the seed line of your father. Your mother didn't determine it. It was by the seed line of your father. Because think about it. Your father carries the seed, right? If you plant an apple seed, what's going to grow? An apple tree, right? So whatever seeds you grow, or whatever seeds you plant is going to grow whatever you plant it, right? The same thing with so-called humans. The man carries the seed, right? So the man puts the seed inside the woman. So whatever he is, whatever the child is, it don't matter what color that child is. If that child's father is an Israelite, then that child is Israelite. If that child father is a heathen, then that child a heathen. No matter how dark that child looks. You know, you have sometimes you have white men have babies by black women, and a child come out dark because 9 times out of 10 the child gonna take the color of the mother, right? Because she's more dominant. So the child may come. And I'm gonna show some examples, but the child may come out as dark race, but that child is not an Israelite because of that father. Their father is a Edomite, so they'll be Edomite. So it don't matter what color you are, it's who you descend from. So, you know, so if you are Israelite, right? I mean, if your dad is so-called African American, or your dad like a Hispanic, and you may have a Chinese, a heathen mother as Chinese, Japanese, East Indian, Arab mother, right? You are still an Israelite because of your father lineage, because your father's an Israelite. But if your father may be Chinese and your mom may be Puerto Rican, then you wouldn't be an Israelite. You would be a Moabite because you come from, you are what your father is, basically. You are what your father is because he carries the seed. If I ain't mistaken, right, you take your blood, all that stuff comes from your father anyway. You get most of all your feature or your the blood from the father, because the father carries the seed. The DNA, it comes from the father, right? You get some of your mothers, but majority of it comes from the father, right? Because he carried the seed. He carries the seed. So whatever he is, that's what you are. So let me show you some examples, right? Let me show you some examples, cause I'm gonna look up let's look up Drake's son. Cause Drake's son, if you didn't know no better, if you just seen him and you ain't never seen him before, you would think that's a white boy. Look at that. You would think that's an Edomite. You think that's an Edomite by the skin color. That's what we ask our people. We ask somebody, we be like, what's your what if you ever see brothers, if you ever watch a video, camp video, and you see brothers asking a brother or sister, what's your father? That's why. We have to make sure that, because you may have our people look like Drake's son. And we don't want to bear false judgment and say you an Edomite, you going to slavery, but the whole time this person is an Israelite. So that's why we ask them, what's your father's nationality? What's his father's nationality? And he can go back to being a so-called black person. So Drake's son is an Israelite because Drake is Israelite. And Drake, for a perfect example, Drake's daddy is so-called black, and his mom is so-called white, Jewish, and she come from Amalek. So Drake would be an Israelite because his dad is Israelite, right? That way he got all his swag and all his music taste and, you know, things like that. He got it from his dad, right? Because his dad is an Israelite, man. So let's go to Blake Griffin's son. And it's a lot of our people I'm gonna get there. But look at Blake Griffin's son. Hold up. That's Blake Griffin's son. Right? He don't even got woolly hair. Right? He got the stringy hairs like a white person. He look just like a white person, but he is an Israelite. Because his dad is Israelite. That's why we say it's not about color. It's about who you descend from. Right? He is an Israelite. Now, let me show you one more person. It's a lot of them, but I'm going to just show you one more. A lot of people didn't know this person right here was Israelite. Logic. If anybody listen to Logic, Logic is Israelite. I want y'all to look at Logic, man. Look at this man. If you just seen this man walking the street, you would not think this man was a so-called black man or had any black in him at all. You would think he a white man. But this man, his daddy is a so-called black man. You see what I'm saying? So he'll be Israelite. He'll be what you call like a speckled bird. He'll be what you call a speckled bird, man. That you wouldn't even really know that's an Israelite unless you ask him, unless he get into his lineage and you ask him, what's your father nationality? You wouldn't even know by just looking at him. He a speckled bird, man. Right? So it doesn't matter of skin color. It matters about your father, right? Because he carries the seed. If your father is an Israelite, hey, count it joy. You Israelite. You Israelite. All praise to the Most High. But if your father not an Israelite and your mom, if your father a heathen and your mom an Israelite, hey man, you wouldn't be an Israelite. Simple as that. Now let me show you some people that look like Israelites, and we call these people chocolate covered Edomites. We call them chocolate covered Edomites because they look like us, but the whole time they're Edomites. They're not Israelites. So check this out. People probably knew this. People probably didn't. You got Tia and Tamara, right? Now these women, these sisters right here that, we used to watch sisters, they are Edomites. They're not Israelites, even though they look like us. They look like Israelites, but their father is white and their mother is black. So they wouldn't be Israelites because Numbers 1:18 says, your pedigree is by the house of your father. So they wouldn't be Israelites, man. They're Edomites. You know what I'm saying? So Tia and Tamara, you got who else? Chocolate covered Edomite. You got, now this one right here hurt my heart. When I found this out, bro, this right here hurt my heart. It hurt my heart, man, to the core. And a lot of brothers, they probably hurt their heart too. If you didn't know what I'm finna show you, probably didn't know she was an Edomite. And they probably gonna hurt your heart too. Lauren London, man. New. Yes, bruh. New is a Edomite. She not an Israelite. She is an Edomite. Her dad is Jewish, so-called white man, and her mom is black. So New will be an Edomite. Yes, Laura London New is a Edomite. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it don't go off color. It goes off who you descend from, your seed line. So let me get this person. A lot of people didn't know this person was an Edomite. Bob Marley. Now this brother, or heathen, what do you want to call him? He looked like straight Jake, right? He looked like us because he got most of his mother's features, like I was saying. But Bob Marley, dad is white, right? Bob Marley, dad is white, and his mom is black. So Bob Marley wouldn't be an Israelite. So guess what? He gonna be singing every little thing is gonna be all right. He gonna be singing that in the cotton fields, man, right? Because he's going into captivity just like the rest of these nations because he's not an Israelite. You see what I'm saying? He's not an Israelite. So it don't go off skin color. I just pulled those examples just to show people examples of what I'm saying, what the scriptures is saying. It doesn't go off skin color, man. It goes off your lineage and who you descend from. And you may have some people that don't know. We don't talk to people that don't know where they come from. Or don't know their father's lineage. They may have been adopted, or they may have never met their father, so they don't really know where they come from. But this another way to know if a person is an Israelite or of the Most High God or not. This Romans 8:16. It says the Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. So if a person don't know if they're Israelite or not, and you kind of can't tell if they're Israelite or not, they spirit, if they Israel, they spirit gonna bear. Like it's gonna be a different type of spirit on them. They spirit gonna bear witness to these scriptures. Now, An easy way to find out if a person heathen or a heathen or not, get into the judgments that's coming to these heathens. We had a person that say she was a sister that said, well, a woman said she was a native Indian, right? So we took her word. We're like, we not gonna say she not because we don't want to bear false judgment. So she said she said she a native Indian, although she looked just like a white woman though. She said she a native Indian. So we're like, okay, we gonna see if she native Indian. I had doubt she wasn't, but I'm like, we're gonna see though. So brothers started getting into the judgments of these heathens. We were like, we read some scriptures. We were like, well, who took the native Indians land, the native Indian land? Then they start saying, well, I don't know. I don't know who took the land. They start acting like they don't know what's going on. We read Deuteronomy 20:68. They say that we're going to get brought over here on slave ships. We're going to get sold into our enemies. And we asked them, well, who our enemies is? No, they were like, who was sold into slavery on ships? Well, it was more people that was on slavery on ships, not just black people. Then we asked them who sold us. Africans sold y'all. Y'all sold y'all own selves. I don't know who sold y'all. But you supposed to be Israelite. You supposed to know. But they spirit don't bear witness to the scriptures. So that's how you know too if a person an Israelite or not without knowing their lineage, where they come from. Start bringing these scriptures out. Bring the scriptures out and start seeing if it resonates with their spirit. See if they agree that we're at the bottom of society. See if they agree with the curses that was put on us in Deuteronomy 28:15 on down. Right? See how they take it when you start bringing out the judgments that's going to happen to these heathens. See how they take it. You'll be able to tell whether they kind of get uncomfortable. They're trying to leave, right? They're trying to take up for the so-called white man and the heathens. That's how you know that 9 times out of 10 they're not Israel when they start doing that. You know what I'm saying? So Lord, when this video was edifying, bro, I just want to put this out here, man. So there's no such thing as mixed according to the Bible. You are what your father is. So if your father is an Israelite, you are Israelite. It don't matter what your mom is, right? It goes by the seed of your father. Your father carries the seed. If your father is so-called black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you are Israelite, right? You are Israelite. You have to repent and keep the commandments. The kingdom of heaven is for you. But if your father is a heathen and your mother's an Israelite, hey, you almost had it. You weren't quick enough. You almost made it, but you ain't make it. So you got to get ready for captivity, right? Thus says the Lord. So with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Hawashai. I say Shalom and Kum Yasharallah.